are you today? So, this question to you is, are you experiencing some sort of barrier or really a delay in entering the job of your dreams? You thought it would be easier to get in, or there's some other type of delay that has caused this in your life. And let's go over the Unstuck. We're in the Unstuck series um, by Kimberly Jones. This is day 54 on page 139, and it's called Pain Will Not Break You. So, my question to you today is there a delay? And it might be for a different reason totally, but there's a reason for that delay that you might not be thinking about, okay? Now, many people have told me, Leslie, I've tried to get in. I have tried so hard to get in. I've tried for 4 years. I've tried for 6 years, yes. Some have tried for a shorter time period, and they're frustrated, and they're coming up with these reasons in their own minds that they're only hiring people that have experience. You hear me talk about this a lot because it's a real concern. Other people start to listen to um, maybe other paralegals, or they're reading online that AI is going to replace all paralegals and every job in the world. It isn't so. Our career is so involved with dealing with the clients and having, I'll tell you what one attorney told me. He said, I'm hiring you because you are so good with clients. You are so warm to them. And he appreciated great customer service. And I learned that by working, number one, as a cashier at 16 years old for a supermarket chain that my dad, he was a manager at one of the locations. I didn't work for him, but I worked in that as one of my first jobs, and then trained as a secretary in high school, but then didn't follow that. Why? Because I couldn't get hired. And I didn't know how to overcome that getting hired without experience when I was 18. So I went into retail at one of the biggest malls in New Jersey. It was the first indoor mall built in New Jersey called Willowbrook. And I worked in a kiosk, like out in the hallway, you know, those kiosks that are open on all sides. I worked there and loved it. You couldn't make any money doing that, but I honed my customer service skills in that job. Totally enjoyed waiting on people. That skill really played into the paralegal career. Now, one of the reasons I didn't get hired as a secretary back then is because I didn't know how to apply for the job properly with a resume, proper resume and cover letter. And back then you could answer the ads, show up, because some of these places, it was one college that was advertising. You could just show up, and then they would have you fill out an application, and then you might get chosen. No, I didn't get chosen. I learned how to do the proper cover letter along the way. That was one of the major problems when I was in the legal field, was that my cover letter was not good. It was just an intro to the resume. So there was a delay in my landing a job because of it. That was what the delay was. And the attorneys, they look at the resume for 10, 15 seconds. They want some info in that cover letter. And I knew nothing about that, really. So let me read John 16. It's chapter 16, verse 33. I have told you all this that you may have peace in me. Here on earth you will have many trials and sorrows. This is Jesus talking. But take heart, because I have overcome the world. There's a plan and a purpose for your life. And if you seek that out, you're going to fulfill it. And God will fulfill that in you. He has a purpose for you. If you're being pulled to this career, there's a reason for that. And so while you may have trouble entering this career, hold tight, learn how to do some things correctly. That what that is telling you, if you're not being called for an interview, is that you're either, number one, applying to the wrong jobs that are above you at the moment, or number two, that your cover letter, and I can almost guarantee this, your cover letter is not up to par. So, you know, it can feel really dark. It can feel like that you are hitting a brick wall, but don't give up. Just make adjustments, okay, in what you are doing incorrectly. You cannot put all your reliance on your degree or a certificate. You have to step it up in that cover letter. And you have to be able to explain, this is the biggest hint I could give you, how you're going to help the attorney on day one. And it's like, well, I don't have experience. You're assuming they're going to train you. They are not. They're going to answer questions you may have, but they're not going to have a lot of time to do that either. They don't run a school at the workplace. So the more that you teach yourself, the better off you will be. Okay, so when Jesus was in the garden, it seemed like the world was coming to an end, but it was just, God was beginning right there. So Jesus is in the garden praying, and Judas sold him out for 30 pieces of silver. The disciples are watching all this. The 12 apostles are watching all this. People are coming up to Peter and saying, aren't you one of the guys, the people that are, were hanging around that Jesus? And 3 different times Peter was asked, and 3 times he denied that he knew Jesus. And that was in the garden that was happening as Jesus was just about to be led away. And they saw each other. And at that moment, Peter realized that Jesus had told him, you will deny me. And Peter went away and wept. You might think, well, his life is done. He's in the darkest place of his life. Nothing's going to get better for Peter. But that's not so. So right after that, on Pentecost, Peter preached one of the greatest sermons ever, and 3,000 people came to know Jesus that day. You're like, what the heck does this have to do with the paralegal field? In that verse, Jesus said, take heart. I have told you all this so that you may have peace in me. Here on earth, you will have many trials and sorrows, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. If you are meant to be in this field, then give it all to him. Pray over it. Pray that you get the best job for you. Ask that the Lord show you everything you're doing incorrectly. Watch a lot of my videos here, because this is my passion to teach you how to be the best paralegal you can be, how to get in as a total newbie, a rookie. That's my focus on my website, paralegalcoffeetalk.com, and in all the free videos here. We're pushing about 1,000 videos. So it's all here for you so that you can get in and do the right things to get in. Now, you can have a degree, you can have multiple degrees and a certificate. Nothing wrong with any of that. Kudos. However, what they focus on is how you're going to help them. So you have to change your focus, okay, and write a knock it out of the park cover letter that addresses that. How are you going to help on day one, even as a beginner? So you need help with that, you can take my cover letter secrets class. Go to my website and you'll see the link in most of the recent videos in the description box, and I'll put it here I will insert it after I'm done. It might be there already. It has to upload first though, because this is a live video. that there's a delay in you entering the field for a reason. It's to teach you some things and to not give up and to overcome in spite of the barriers, in spite of you hitting a brick wall. That's what it feels like. I felt that way. Not going into my first job, but when I moved to Florida, I could not land a job in the legal field. So I had to figure this out because I was at that point the sole support of my family of four. So there, I prayed and I was given the answer that my cover letter basically stunk and it can't be used as an intro. It has to be much more than that because that's what they're looking for, those nuggets in there that is going to tell them something about how you're going to assist when you hit the ground running on day one. Do they expect you to be an expert? No. But you've got to say a couple things, okay? And that, I'm going to tell you, that will raise your cover letter and resume to the top of the pile because very few people know how to do this. So take my class if you can. It's over at Paralegal Coffee Talk, Cover Letter Secrets. You'll see the tab there. But look under every tab. Join the free Paralegal Resource Hub over there. You have to sign up for that, but it's free. There's some resources there for you. Please do that. There's a third-party resource there for advanced Microsoft Word. That alone is a reason to sign up. But other things are there for you too. Sign up today. That's free. The class for the cover letter, it's self-explanatory. There's a whole description there of what's included. So that's it for today. Have a great day. I hope this was helpful. Do not give up. Do not give up. You pulled to this career for a reason. There's a plan and a purpose for you. And you will be amazed how quickly you learn once you've got your foot in the door. And this is what I want you to do. I always talk about having a Dollar Tree notebook right here. Carry one of these the first day on the job and you track everything you're learning. Everything you're learning, okay? Because that's going to be your reference tool. And then you don't have to ask the same questions all the time. Have a great day today. Please like and subscribe. It helps other people see the video and they need to see this. And share the video if you can. What else can I tell you? That is it. So have a great day and I will talk to you in the next video. Take care.